I have no sympathy for anybody. You get what you deserve. Wherever it is that you are in life, that's your bed, sleep in it. I don't care where you were born. I don't care where you come from. I see immigrants coming over here every day from third world countries, outworking you, outpacing you, and making you look bad. I don't care about your reparations. Listen, I don't care if you ever get it. As a matter of fact, I'm advocating against it because it's going to fuck up my dollar and make inflation go out of control. And so I don't want them to pay you. I don't want you to have nothing. Don't give these motherfuckers nothing. As a matter of fact, not only do I not want you to get nothing from reparations, I think that they should tax you for breathing. Tax you for breathing this good old air that we working so hard and paying our tax dollars for in order to be able to make sure that you got this good old air and this good old water.
What's up, Rick?
How you doing, brother?
All right, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, do you know Anton Daniels?
No, I don't. I kind of seen like some thumbnails of him or whatever. I haven't really watched this joint though. When you start seeing people, because I know that dude was talking against reparations, and he also was talking about how I saw a clip where he was talking about how immigrants work so harder than us, and that's tether talk. We don't talk like that because that ain't true.
They'll look at these selected groups like the Chinese, the East Indians, or Nigerians. They'll say, hey, man, look how successful these folks are in America, not in their homeland, in America. And let's compare these folks to, let's compare this tiny selected group, hyper selected group, to the bulk of foundational Black Americans, right? Hey, why you can't be successful like these small, highly selected groups from their country? All right. And then you got the Larry Elders, Thomas Sowell, who would say, hey, man, Black folks, foundational Black Americans, ADOS, they're unsuccessful in America. They're stuck in poverty because of marriage rates or the lack of home ownership. And bootstraps like racism is packed up, and it already left during the 60s, right? Matter of fact, some of those guys will argue that we were better off during Jim Crow than post Jim Crow. Ridiculous. So let's go. They'll say, how come you guys can't succeed like the East Indians, Nigerians, and the Chinese, right? Why can't foundational Black Americans do the same? What's going on? They say they go to school, they own homes, they have 2-parent families. What is wrong with you guys? Okay. Well, let me introduce everybody into a word called hyper selection. Okay, so let's talk about it. Most Nigerians who come to the US are not the average citizens from Nigeria. Okay, they don't reflect the masses. These highly educated, wealthy Chinese and East Indians, they don't represent their masses either back in India and back in China. They are the elite class of their country. Okay, they often have college degrees, or they're just from wealthy families before they come over here. It's not like they got it while they were here. Okay, just ask yourself a question. How hard is it to get a U.S. visa in these countries? Okay, so the system filters for success before they even land here, right? They want these immigrants to make America greater. You see what happens when they come over illegally? They reduce themselves into a life of crime, and they become a burden on society. All right? So they want the best of the best over here, right? These countries go through a brain drain. Our country are recipients of their elite class, and we are known as a brain gain country. All right? What about Foundation Black Americans? Do we get selected? No. We were enslaved. Okay, so we were not selected as the elite class when we got here, right? To um, you know, own land and be prosperous in America. We came here to be the labor force. All right, we were brought in chains. We were denied education, land, and wealth for centuries. No leg up, no filtered success, just trauma and survival. So let's just be real. Okay. Now, when those African immigrants succeed, they are rewarded because they don't carry the historical debt that white racists owe us, foundational Black Americans. They are seen as model minorities. That's a fact. We're seen as a problem to be managed. We are seen as a thorn in white supremacists, leg, so to speak, or finger because of our legacy, our history, our bravery, our resilience, brilliance, determination to fight for what's right and to fight for rights. So now I seen a video with Anton Daniels giving credit to Larry Elder. Most of these coons and tethers that speak like that, the Myron Gaines, the, Catholic Truth, like they borrow their talking points from Larry Elder or Thomas Sowell. All right. They'll say things like this. The real problem with Black America is not racism, it's the breakdown of the family. Look at marriage rates, look at single mothers, look at home ownership. Now, that is true, okay, but there's context that they ignore. And they ignore why the marriage rates are low. They ignore why there are single mothers, and they ignore why there's a lack of home ownership within foundational Black Americans. Okay, so how about this? How about the same marriage rates that were higher for Black families during Jim Crow? Yes. Okay. Okay. So come sit right here so the sun don't get you. Come sit right here. Come in here. Come in here. All right. So where was I? Okay. So our marriage rates were higher for Black families or during Jim Crow. This is what they point out. The same Black men who fought in the wars, built railroads, and still got redlined when they came home. What about that? Why is that ignored? Let's talk about FHA loans that I talk about. 1934, the HOLC, 1933, the GI Bill, 1944, Social Security Act in 1935, all handed out to build the white middle class, while Black people, foundation Black Americans, were locked out by law. Okay, how come they don't talk about that? How come they don't talk about the handouts that were freely given to white people? They didn't deserve it. They didn't work for it. Wasn't owed. Freely gave it to them so they could be successful and build the middle class that we know today. What about that? Why they don't talk about the handouts that whites received in this country for hundreds of years? Slavery was a handout. Okay? So that ain't culture though. That's policy. So that wasn't our culture to be denied and locked out of these wealth opportunities, these home ownership opportunities. That's policy, not culture. Okay? So these same policies created generational wealth for white families, by the way, and generational poverty for us. That's undeniable. That's systemic racism. And now they want to judge the beneficiaries of that poverty like it's our fault. All right. They weaponize marriage, right? Personal responsibility and bad choices. They say that to deflect from government-sponsored oppression. Meanwhile, they ignore how systems were engineered to benefit one group and trap the other. That's the definition of systemic racism, literally. All right, so now let's fact check these talking points. All right, so FHA loans backed over 98% of white mortgages, 2% for blacks in between 1934 and 1962. Okay, 98% FHA loans were backed over 98% of white mortgages. 2% for foundational black Americans. Redlining maps denied loans to black neighborhoods. Official federal policy. That's why we on you. Okay. The GI Bill, 1.2 million white veterans got benefits. Only a tiny fraction of black foundation black American veterans got the benefits. Homestead Act, we got to take it back there. 1862 gave away 160 acres to whites. Millions of black families excluded. I think it's like 270 million acres altogether that was handed out to whites. They didn't work for it. They weren't deserved it. They weren't owed it. Just so they could help them to be successful. They gave it to them so they could be successful. Okay. So you can't really compare us to filter elites or say racism doesn't exist when the blueprint of this country was built on racial inequality and handouts. Reparations are owed, equity is necessary-ish, and truth is non-negotiable, Anton Daniels. So, you can miss us with the blame game. If your whole argument requires ignoring history, you never had a real legitimate genuine argument to begin with. All right. Phone number is there. Just call in. If you agree with Anton, it's even more the reason to call in. Call-ins are welcome. You dig? Yeah, so the number is there, visible for people, trolls, and trolls really call in. You dig? Like, again, we don't need a small fraction of tethers to support reparations. We don't need your support at all, not one of you. We don't, we don't, we don't appeal to you guys. We don't need you guys to support. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, I think I can be heard now. Let me just double check. I had myself on mute. My fault. Give me a second to check it. Trolls really. Hello, 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 hello. All right, so I think I can be heard. Hello. So anyway, the phone number is out there. Trolls mostly call in. So go ahead and call in. Let me cook you. You guys don't know shit about Black American history. I always cook you guys. It's embarrassing. You guys give me so many shorts, so many clips. But call in. If you agree with Anton Daniels, call in, get cooked. If you disagree with something I said, Tariq said, Yvette Carnell said, anything with reparations or delineation, disaggregation, any objection to that, you might want to call in and get cooked real fast. None of y'all on my level, not one iota. Call in and get embarrassed, which I typically do to you folks. Go ahead and call in. Antonio Daniels, Antoine Daniels, Anton, Anthony, whatever his name is, I don't care. Whatever his background is, I don't care. The dude is a coon, tether, don't care. It's the same shit to me. A coon is exactly what a tether is. Just that one is domestically born and the other one is foreign born. Same SHIT. You dig? Same cloth. So the number is there. A lot of y'all run your mouth in silence. I'm giving y'all the platform to actually call in and, let's hear your bullshit so I can cook you. All right. Give me one second. I'll add the number again in case I missed it the first time. If not, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next video. I cooked these coons, Pablo, all these guys. Already got cooked. American Dream, Kwame, they already called in, and I see American Dream is still talking about Southern slavery. You can call in and get cooked on that again. I already embarrassed you, American Dream. I got a clip on you on that. Okay, and I already cooked Kwame on 1,000 topics. Okay. Yeah, Africa will pay eventually, but brother, it's about who is more closely responsible. Okay, we're in the country where folks are still here, and eventually we're gonna push for Africa. Africa will pay for what they did. They grouped up a lot of Africans and sold them to the white men. So yes, they gotta pay for that. There's no way out of that. Their hands are guilty as hell, but there's an order. There's an order. Wait, don't say nothing just yet. Let me change your phone number first. Don't say nothing. Hold on. Oh shit. I muted you by mistake. Unmute yourself. I'm trying to change your name. I end up muting you.
Hey, what's going on, Ron?
It's Kwame.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I
just
want
purchased
American
my
Dream.
first.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I want American Dream to call in too because he had just made a live. I actually tuned in his live yesterday, and I was like kind of confused. So I was hoping that he called it. I'm surprised you ain't got a channel, Kwame. I would check your channel out. Like I'm a researcher. Just because I disagree, it doesn't mean if you have content, I'm going to like ignore it. I'm going to actually check it out. I will
Yeah, I'll
actually check
probably
it out.
start doing some content in the summertime,
Okay,
like in the
yeah.
next
Let me know.
following month.
I'll let you put the link in the chat, and like I said, like I will check your content. I was listening to American Dream last night. I had questions, but I didn't want to, ruin his live, so I just say, you know what, ask him when he come over here. But what's up? You said you purchased what?
Oh, I just made my first FBA purchase from Tariq Nasheed. He's selling Ogun sweaters and
Yeah.
Ogun juice pepper spray. So that's the
Okay,
stuff. He's selling African guys sweaters and pepper spray. That's what's up.
Yeah. Are you under the impression? Well, good job. Are you under the impression that we're against Africa? We're Africans? Or
I
not
mean,
just that. Jamaicans or Jamaica or the Haitians or Haiti. Are you under the impression that FBAs are actually anti diaspora for Africa? Are you under that
I,
impression?
I wouldn't say anti. I think y'all undermine Africans in the Caribbean.
Give us an example. Give us an example.
Contribution
Cool.
to America.
Cool. Give me one example how we undermine a diaspora black person or African black person contributions to America. Give me one example. Go ahead.
For instance, like the seeds of Savannah, like you try to undermine it. Other FBAs, like
Wait, just okay.
Really
Start. See, here's the problem. Start slow. You said me. Start with me. Okay. So explain the seeds of Savannah. Go ahead.
Well, Haitians along with the French came to fight on alongside the Americans.
No. Okay. Oh no.
Versus the British Empire.
No, they didn't. I already explained. I checked on that. You're a goofy, by the way. So you want to talk about Chicago and foundation?
I'm a goofy.
Oh no. Okay, right. See, you want to talk about the founders of Chicago? You don't even know Chicago slang, dude. You are a goofy. Okay, for one, we already went over that. Okay, so Haitians did not fight for Black Americans at all. They fought for themselves, my boy.
They fought for America.
Okay, wait, no. They fought for themselves, my nigga. I'm gonna call you a nigga now. They fought because I already broke this down. They fought for themselves first and foremost. They didn't fight for nobody but themselves. Hey, bro, I already cooked you on that. Okay, so now next.
So why they got statues of the Haitians?
No, we're not doing that. You just lied. Okay, so now next talking. Okay,
if they didn't fight in the Revolutionary War.
I already cooked you, and you not have a response on that, bro. So what you over here? Let's go back from here. So what you got to do is go back to our discussion because you didn't do it while we had that discussion. I cooked you live. I showed you why the Haitians fought. Okay, because I showed why they fought with the British. It was for their own benefit in Haiti.
They fought with the British or they fought against the British?
Okay, bro. Listen to what I'm saying to you, you fucking African booty scratcher. I'm saying they fought for themselves first and foremost. You piece of shit.
So they didn't fight with America.
Hey, bro, listen to what I'm saying to you, because I realize you black as hell. Okay, like a goddamn gorilla. I'm saying, who they fought for? They fought for themselves. They did not fight for us. Did not fight for white folks. They fought for themselves.
You sure about that?
I already cooked your stupid ass on that. Like I cooked you on everything. Nigga, you a horrible researcher. I exposed you so many times.
So they fought for themselves. Okay,
yeah,
they fought for themselves, but they also fought with America against the British.
No. They fought for themselves. That's it. So now what you gotta do, you African booty scratcher, what you gotta do is show how they did not fight for themselves. They fought for somebody else first. And then I'll be quiet.
They helped y'all establish America.
No, they didn't help us with shit, nigga. Them niggas was fucking coons and slaves in their country. They helped us with shit. They fought for themselves, dude. Like you. So
why you can't give them no? Why you can't? No respect that they helped y'all establish America?
No, they helped us establish shit. You just lied, you piece of shit. And what time was this, by the way?
They're commemorated. They got statues of them in the Savannah, Georgia. They commemorated them.
Bro, first of all, I already cooked
pay homage to them.
Bro, I already cooked you on this. They fought for themselves. See, what I'm not gonna do with you is go backwards, bro. Not something we already discussed. I cooked you. Now I'm forward.
You
I'm not
asked
gonna
me.
try to.
You asked me.
Hey, bro.
You
Yeah,
asked me a
but you're
question. I
done. So
put it out
second point.
scripted.
So don't worry. Don't worry. I'll do a clip on that shit where I cooked you. Second point. Go make your second point. Okay, because you are a failed trash Jamaican. That's what you are, man. Like really, like I don't respect you. I'll let you call in. I'll let you call in. I entertain you. But for real, like, dude, like you are the epitome of a tether, and I invite you on just for content. That's it, nigga. Like you never write. You just said Ibrahim fucking Torre had an electric car company competing with Tesla and other American electric car companies. You said that here. You said that.
American.
You said that here.
Does Elon Musk American?
Hey, bro, I said car companies in America, you stupid Jamaican nigga. Okay?
Okay.
You said, okay, oh, hey, no. Address everything. You came on this podcast. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play it live. For those who don't know that, let me play this for you. Listen, one thing about me, I can do what he can't
why
do.
Why are you so bad?
No, I'm not mad. Well, no. It's not. I'm cool. That's your interpretation. That's your projection.
I'm cool.
I'm cool. I'm just fierce. That's like saying Dr. Khalid Muhammad was mad when he talked. No, it's called FBA fierceness, my nigga. We're not mad. Like we're passionate when we talk. When Farrakhan talk, he's not angry. When Malcolm X talk, he's not angry. That's just called fierce. Some Haitians got it in them. Some Jamaicans got it in them. Some Africans like Ibrahim Traore got it in them. And
how you know I'm black? How you don't know I'm light skinned?
And Patricia Maluma, bro, I can tell you got dark skinned gorilla energy, bro, my boy, all over you. Okay, so I'm not wrong about that. But what I am gonna do is play your clip. All right, that's what I am gonna do. Is play your clip about Ibrahim Traore. So don't worry about that. Yes. All right. So I don't know if that's wait, hold on. Because I don't know if that's me or you with the disconnection, but let me log in from a different device. Just to make sure it's not me. Hold on. Because it might be me. All right, just give me a second. It might be me. It might be me with the connection. But yeah, sometimes you'll catch the cool me. I'll tolerate your bullshit. Sometimes you'll catch the no nonsense me. And that's just it.
Why are you so mad though?
I'm not mad. I already explained that. Because listen, you come from a cowardly country. All right. You already acknowledge that we got different cultures.
My country full. We never got spit on. We never was chased by dogs.
You're being your country.
We never went through segregation. We never. We was never a sharecropper.
So how the fuck you're failing then? Why are you over here? Your country should be like fucking Japan, or actually should be like China. Wait.
Our stronghold is the economic capital of America.
I got you. So why are you over in a country where you can be viewed or coupled with those people you just spoke about? Because when you come over here, you're identified as those you just said you didn't go through. When you come over here, you become coupled with the people you just identified. Why would you subject yourself to that?
That's not our fault.
Wait, no. But that's a reality.
The white Americans brought us they paid us to build the Panama Canal.
Exactly. So now,
and they begged us to come to America.
All right. So no, they ain't begged. Wait, bro, you dealing with a brain drain in your fucking country. What are you talking about? Nobody begged you over here, nigga. Y'all fled. How the fuck
they begged us to come over here. We didn't want to build the Panama.
Yes, you fuck you did. You had no choice. Wait, exactly. He just said that he's different from us because they were not forced to do this or go through degrading things by the white man. They brought these filthy fucking Jamaicans to the Panama Canal and made them bitch ass niggas build a fucking canal. 7 white people made millions of these fucking Jamaican cowards build the Panama Canal, and them niggas died right there. That was a dangerous fucking stunt. Them niggas died there. So now he's saying that essentially he's saying that they were not degraded like FBAs were. My nigga, you outnumbered the white man 100-1. We were outnumbered 100-1. Y'all are the most coward black people in the earth. How two white men subject y'all niggas to slavery?
So y'all in a signed contract to be sharecroppers.
Hey, bro, you got to explain why you outnumbered the white man and could not conquer them. They had to give y'all cowards freedom in 1960, and y'all niggas didn't even last. Y'all fled to America. Y'all got y'all independence and said, "The hell with this. We're degenerates." By the way, chat, Jamaicans. All right, now let's be real now. Jamaicans under the British rule, they were the most safest blacks in the entire world, right? No black on black crime. They were upstanding. I give them that. Under the British rule, when they got their independence, they became the most violent blacks in the world, and they're still that today. Go research the most violent country, not just black country. Go research the most violent country in the world is Jamaica. As soon as they got their independence, these degenerates became the most violent black people, not just black. They became the most violent people in the world when they had their independence. When the British had them as their puppies, as their dogs, they listened to Master and they were able to do well. Once Master removed themselves, they became the most degenerate human being, not just black, human beings of the world. You're talking to
Why
me.
did FBA sign contract to be sharecroppers?
Well, no. Okay, let me answer that. They were forced. Got you.
They were forced?
Yeah, they were forced.
So y'all was cowards. Y'all signed up to be slaves again.
No. We're outnumbered. You're not a coward. You're not a coward if it's 50 to, you know, you're not a coward if it's 50-1. That's a smart thing is to comply. You're a coward when it's 1-50 and you comply. So if it's one white man, if it's one white man and 50 Jamaicans and you comply, you're the coward. You're not the coward when it's one man and it's 50 white folks. Historically, the minority, they will drop their guns or retreat or wave the white flag. That's a human being thing. It's not human being to be
majority of the slave rebellions was in the Caribbean.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to respond to what I'm saying. See, chat. This is what these tethers cannot do. I'm responding to him. Y'all hear me? He's saying some stuff. I'm responding. He's not responding to anything I'm saying. And that's the difference of an FBA and a fucking tether. So now respond to this. How are you guys outnumbering the white man 50-1, but still under their rule? And you're saying that we're cowards because we're outnumbered 50-1. In the world of history, even with wolves, dogs, insects, if you're outnumbered, you retreat or comply. You wave the white flag. That's insect, animals, however you want to do it. That's a normal thing to do, is to give up when you're outnumbered. Dude, it's not normal to give up when you are the numerous people. You got to explain that. Why don't you speak to my point? Stop giving your a second argument, third argument. I responded to what you said. Bro, can you respond to what I said when it comes to outnumbering the white man 100-1, not 50, 100-1, and you still was a bitch to them? Can you respond to that? I need that. We need that. Go ahead. Respond to outnumbering the white man, but becoming their bitch.
I was really a bitch when we had the most slave rebellions in Jamaica. And let's break it down to the micro level.
Wait.
How
No.
many slaves is on the plantation?
Hey, bro, you keep going back to us. I'm trying to focus on you. That's what tethers do. See, it's called accountability. I have no problem responding to us. I'm always say, hey, bro, it's outnumbered. I mean, what can we do? Just die out like the Native Americans? Oh, that wasn't wise. Okay, so now what I'm saying to you, my boy, okay, you're not my brother, my boy. What I'm saying to you is, bro, he said rebellions. Bro, what you talking about? A rebellion is when you're being oppressed and you're the minority and they push you to the limit to buck the system. It's not a rebellion when you're the fucking majority. What's wrong with this guy? Yo, when Ibrahim Traoré took over Burkina Faso, they took over with a small coup. You can't take over the white man. He keeps saying rebellion, bro. Y'all bigger than a rebellion. What coup did y'all have to overthrow the goddamn British? Tell me when y'all make a move like the Haitians. The Haitians said, all right, enough of this shit. It's on site. See, if he was Haitian, I couldn't talk the way I'm talking right now. If he was Haitian, I couldn't talk like this. They said, nah, hell with that, man. We outnumber the white man. It's up. It's up and it's stuck. I'm talking to a cowardly Jamaican. Bro, I need you to explain to me why y'all didn't do some Haitian shit. Rebellion is for us, the minority who had enough. Okay? When you push us to the limit. Some Rick Ross shit. Hey, bro, tell me why y'all never did a Haiti in your country. I need that. Go. Unmute yourself and go. I did mute him. Go.
Well, first of all, you have maroon communities that has sovereign land in both the west and the west side of Jamaica. We had treaties and we had major rebellions. Let's talk about the treaties or the maroon communities
I'm
in
talking
America.
about a coup. No, that's not what I'm asking, bro. I'm asking about how come y'all ain't do some
What's the treaty?
shit?
What's the treaty?
Okay,
we fought wars and the British signed treaties. So we definitely fought.
Hey, bro, listen what I'm saying. I'm not, the Haitians didn't sign a treaty, my boy. They said enough is enough on some Cardi B shit. And they took their country, bro. They said, we're the majority, y'all the minority, y'all getting the fuck out. And whatever comes after this, it's just what it is. But we're not going to be seen as punks, as cowards, being the majority. So I need you to explain, speak to that point. Speak to why y'all didn't. The question is why y'all didn't do some Haitian shit, bro. Go.
We thought it was better off to keep trading with the British.
Okay.
That's as simple as I can give you.
Okay, so how did that work out for you?
We ran the British off the island, and we ran the British off the island. We thought it was better seeing that Haiti was
no.
economically involved.
You did not run the British off no damn island at all, my boy. Stop.
So where did they go?
Hey, bro, you know what they did? Okay.
Jamaica's 97% black.
Hey, bro. What is the West Indies Federation? See, I know Jamaica more history than you in the American Dream. What is the West Indies Confederation? Federation. What is that? Yeah, y'all ain't run nobody nowhere. Fuck you talking about? Yeah, exactly. Wait.
We elaborate.
Wait. Okay, listen. Are you Jamaican? Descent.
I'm African Jamaican.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Now, is your country called African Jamaican?
No, it's 97% black.
Right. So, but your country's called what?
We're not a subgroup like the FBAs.
I got you. But I'm asking about you though. I'm asking about you. Your country's called what?
Jamaica.
Okay, it's not called African Jamaica.
Named after the indigenous people.
No problem. I know that. I know that. And same thing with Haiti. I know that. Okay, but I'm saying your country's not called African Jamaican, right?
No, that's my self-identifying. Just
okay.
like FBA.
Right. No.
Federally recognized. You self-identify as FBA.
Bro, is it possible to talk to you about you without you bringing up me? Is that possible? Because I could talk about me without bringing up you. Is it possible to
I
talk
thought
about
we was
you?
talking about
Hey,
Anton
no, wait,
Daniels.
hey, bro. I'm just asking you a question
threw the
right now.
conversation somewhere
Hey,
else.
bro, I'm asking about the question. No. This shit is open, like spoken word. This is open word. Hey, bro, I'm asking you, is it possible for me to talk about you without you bringing up me? Is that possible?
Go ahead, King.
Okay, cool. Is your country called Jamaica or African Jamaica?
It's called Jamaica.
Thank you. Okay, so let's call it what it's called. Let's not make up some shit. Your country is called Jamaica. My country is called America. Okay, so when you say African Jamaican, I mean, I'm guessing your point. I'm guessing you're pointing to your African ancestry, right? Okay. I think most of us, once you say you're Jamaican, the people watching right now, we can conclude that you're African descent. So the extra emphasis was not needed. Like we can already say, hey, he got African descent. The same thing with Haitians, the same thing with anybody from the Caribbean, any black person in America. That's already assumed that we all have an African descent that goes back to the continent. So that's not something you gotta actually highlight or emphasize. Like that just like not needed. But you're Jamaican, I'm American, and they're Haitian. Okay, none of us are under the title of African because we're Haitian, Jamaican, uh, Trinidadian, diaspora people. Period. They're named after a country. That's it. If you add to it, that's you adding to it, and you're a singular person adding to it. Your country and no significant number is behind you petitioning for that. Not like us.
Majority of the black people in Jamaica identify as African first.
That's a lie because your country be called African Jamaican. And matter of fact, you guys would call yourself African Jamaican. I've never met a Jamaican person in my life ever said they're African Jamaican. They say I'm Jamaican. They said I'm Trinidadian. I'm from St. Croix or I'm from this particular island. None of them led with Africa ever.
Have you seen Jamaican money before? It's
Have I seen
African
what?
faces on it. Have you seen Jamaican money before? We have Queen Nanny. She's an African. It's other people on our bills that's African.
All right, so hold on. Wait, hold on. Before you go, let me answer. So somebody called in. So who just called in 585? Let me just get that person real fast. 585, what's good? Matter of fact, wait, don't say nothing. Just wait. Don't say one word. Don't say one word. Let me share my screen so your number won't appear. Hold on. Don't say one. Matter of fact, let me just change you to caller 2 real fast. So your number won't be visible. Okay, what's your name?
My name is Amaris.
Say that again?
Amaris.
Okay, so how do you spell it?
Amadis.
Yes. All right, but Kwame, go ahead. I cut you off. Go ahead, brother.
I forgot exactly what point I was basically saying that in Jamaica our money have African faces on it. Queen Nanny was an African queen from the Ashanti tribe.
Continue.
So we we didn't fight the British when Jamaica has the most slave rebellions and some of the longest slave rebellions. I wouldn't even say rebellions, wars, because it wasn't a rebellion. These was wars that was fought in Jamaica versus the British. and we fought off the Spanish early on when the Spanish established Jamaica. So we've been fighting the British, the Spanish. I'm not too sure about you guys in America because I don't know about any treaties that African Americans.
Wait, just speak for yourself. Okay, we just agreed that. See, now I'm going to kick you off and just talk to Ahmadis in a second. I just said it's possible to talk about you without bringing up us.
Okay, I'm talking about Jamaica.
Okay,
I'm talking about Jamaica.
Okay, so just talk about Jamaica. That's it. I mean, like, Brett, you got to be able to talk about you. I mean, I can talk about you without talking about us, and I can talk about us without talking about you. You got to be able to do the same.
So yeah, we established a sovereign nation in Jamaica with our own flag. So coincide.
Did you address my wait? Hold on. Did you address my concerns about why y'all ain't do a Haitian thing? Since y'all outnumber the white man 100 to 1, how come y'all ain't do a full out revolt?
I said we looked at Haiti and we seen that they was economically embargoed. We thought it was better off trading with the British as being the majority after we kicked out the British.
Wait, you never kicked out the British for one.
Sugar, rum, and all the other stuff that we was.
No. You never kicked out the British. You just lied. You never kicked them out. Hey yo, once you guys, bruh, what's up with you, man? All right, look.
We're part of the British Commonwealth.
All right, I'm gonna put you on hold for 1 second. Put you on hold for 1 second. Ahmadis, peace, bro. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Fine, sir. Are you from the islands or the continent of Africa? The continent of Africa?
No, I'm from America.
Okay, I only asked that because I was gonna, just in case I might have to ask you about your country. Okay, so this guy, did you get the question I asked him about Jamaica?
Yeah, that's actually what I was chiming in because.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm technically half and half. My mom's side is
okay.
For FBA. My dad's side.
All right. So okay. Now look, I'm not part of the islands at all, but I know a little bit about Jamaican history. So do you know about Jamaican history?
Yep. I do know something about Jamaican history. What I was actually going to say is my pop side, my great grandma's actually half Jamaican, half Haitian. It was actually a Jamaican that sparked off the Haitian Revolution. Dutty Bookman, he was a Muslim slave that got sent to Haiti, or at the time, Saint Domingue, but sent to Haiti in 1791, I think it was. I don't want to say that for a fact. It might be off.
No, it's all good.
He sparked off the revolution. Yeah, he actually sparked off the revolution. So Haiti and Jamaica worked together, and technically.
But the question was this, though, Ahmadi. The question was this, though: how come Jamaica didn't do their own Haiti? Why spark it off in Haiti and not spark it off in Jamaica? That was my thing, because both of you outnumbered the white man like 100 to 1. Why not do it in where the countries where you outnumbered the white man? Why was that so difficult? Or unfathomable? Like what? Why give the white man that much empowerment where we're not going to challenge him physically at all? That was my question for him. He didn't answer. I'm asking you now. Okay, you're saying a Jamaican brother sparked off the revolution. I mean, to me, like that could be seen as a bad thing. Hey, brother Ahmadis, that could be seen as you did something with us that you wouldn't do for yourself. Some folks will call that like some agent work. Like, why would you pop off something for us but won't do it for yourself?
Well, I mean, context is important. At the time when that happened, he came at almost like a perfect time. So remember, during this time, the French had already started including some of the Haitians in their army. So they were set up in a way, like so Toussaint, who became one of the generals. They already got some insights of how the military worked. They already got some people inside the military. So if you don't know, part of the reason they was able to succeed was because they had the inside. They was making plans. They still was speaking their own languages, hiding in between. That's basically how Haitian Creole developed, because they were speaking their own languages and mixing it with the French and stuff. So that situation was a better situation, or I wouldn't say better, but it was set up better for them to have that revolt. He was killed shortly after, but once it sparked off, it just, it went how it went. But at that time in Jamaica, I'm not even sure what the condition was, but I'm sure it wasn't set up the way it was in Haiti. But you're right, though, from just a logic standpoint. If you the majority, how does it look if you getting enslaved or, basically punked by the minority? I agree with that.
Right. Yeah. So that's my thing to him. And trust me, I understand like other elements why that won't happen. But the reason why I asked that question to old boy is because he is sitting here trying to penalize us for being a minority. Right now, bro, I know that if you this is to me is a real simple answer if I was a Jamaican. Like real simple. If we fight with the small fraction of British people in our country, they're going to summon, the rest of Europe, right? To come over to neutralize that small population of Jamaicans. Like to me, that would be a simple rebuttal, simple reply to my question to him. That's what's going to happen.
Effectively what happened. Yeah, that's effectively what happened.
Of course.
Because America, even it's documented, America acknowledged that, or they didn't want to acknowledge that revolt, and they kind of started backing. That's why Haiti, the situation is in, because all of them kind of ganged up on Haiti, like, hold on now.
Yeah.
Either y'all gonna
sanctions So I was expecting right, bro. I was expecting that. See, sometimes I like to just see when somebody knows. Hey, man, what about this? I'm playing chess with this guy. And for him to not have rebuttals, like, damn, dude, you don't know that. You don't know that white folks wasn't going to take an L. They was going to recruit America, Italy, France, like, who's already involved, but the UK, they were not going to take an L. They were going to come together, which they did slightly with Haiti, and but the French pulled back because of that revolution, the French let go of Louisiana because they felt like, okay, yeah, exactly. So you would think the brother knows simple history like that.
A lot of people actually don't. They don't know about American history.
Can I just reply with what you just said?
Yeah.
Now hold on, because hold on, because I'm having an honest conversation for once. So just hold on.
What you're saying that I didn't ask you what services. I said Jamaicans looked at the Haitian Revolution and they said,
bro, that wasn't. I gotta mute you, my boy. Like you had your shot to speak like this brother right here is. You didn't do it. Like I kept asking, bro. Can you justify Jamaica without bringing up FBAs? You couldn't do it, right? So I'm like, yo, let's just talk. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. So now, Anadis, are you familiar with the West Indies Federation?
Somewhat, honestly. I started learning about all this stuff recently. So.
All right, so now, brother, how are you under 30?
No, I'm 31.
Okay, all right. Well, you just got over that. Which I'm gonna hold you accountable now. So if you're under 30, I wouldn't even bother you. But because you're over 30, I'm gonna get on your ass. Pause, bro. This is some of your history, bro. Okay, because you gotta know this stuff. You gotta know that the islands try to come together and do some pan Caribbean thing over there. Okay, you gotta know that if you're gonna be happy. You gotta know your history. Cause you don't want to come on a podcast like this and talk to. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me set the context though. So not to. Yeah. It is what it is. I didn't find out I was part Caribbean until I was 20 years old. So it's
all right. Yeah, but when did you start reading for yourself though?
Huh?
At what age did you start reading, like for knowledge yourself? What age?
Probably around that time. That's when I met my pops. And he's from Haiti. He's
11. That's 11-year head start. I don't know, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, I'm saying that to say I didn't. My only connection to the islands is through him. I don't got a reverence or it was cool to learn, but I was raised in America. his granddad is from Mississippi. So even our roots still on both sides still start in America, but I don't know. Like it's cool to learn. I taught myself. But
what member was it? Grandmother or grandfather who was FBA? No, I'm sorry. Who was Jamaican?
So my great granddad on my pop side was from Mississippi. In the 50s.
No. Which one was FBA?
That's what I'm saying. He's from Mississippi.
I'm sorry. No, I can't say FBA. I'm sorry. Mom's side. Who was? Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. I got you. My mom's entire side is FBA. My pop side, right. My great granddad is from Mississippi originally. He moved to Boston in the 50s. He was already in like his 60s. He ended up cheating on his wife with a Caribbean woman, and she was half Haitian, half Jamaican. When he passed away, she moved back down to Jamaica. And so then,
where was she? Where did he meet her at? So where did he meet her at?
In Boston.
Okay, that sounds about right. That's where all these folks is at. Okay.
Yeah, well, from my understanding, in the 50s and like late 50s, early 60s, that was when the first Caribbean people started coming to the States. So.
Nah, no, that's false, brother. You called in the right channel.
Boston area?
No, yeah, you called in the right channel, bro. Okay, my name is Unbiased Ron. I do this. All right. So Jamaicans and Haitians, they've been here a long time, just in small numbers, but they've been in Boston. You could talk about Ellis Island, and you could talk about before Ellis Island. Like they were definitely around in small, tiny numbers, but they were around.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can't say first. I'm gonna say cap on that. Nah, they've been around 1800s.
I ain't arguing about it.
But small pockets. Yeah, small pockets. Right. Nah, you were definitely here, but it's small pockets, like tiny, but still here. Can't deny that. Still here. Anyway, so there are two waves after. So like the most notable two waves were Ellis Island and this Immigration Act of 1965. Like those are the two notable ways how most black immigrants came to the country. So by you saying 1960s, that's tricky because you're not giving an exact date, because 60 can go from 64 to 69, which is a big difference.
Oh yes, y'all, and I don't know the exact date, to be honest with you. I'm just going based
because the Immigration Act was 65.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But Massachusetts was definitely a place where a lot of black immigrants still today residing in significant numbers, but mostly New York and Florida. That's historically most. That's why when Tariq Nasheed asked where you from, if you don't say a southern state, like most likely you're probably gonna be a black immigrant, especially if you say a northern state. It's not always 100% true, but the odds favor that.
It's pretty close though, because that's where most of
but black immigrants are definitely New York most, Florida second, and tiny anywhere else. So most black Americans don't even know or haven't experienced Jamaican culture, Haitian culture. So like it could be misled that they experienced, those. Nah. Most black Americans didn't. Just New York, Florida, and tiny spots here and there.
But yeah, I would say, and I just to say, so my perspective on it is, I started to learn that information as a connection with my pops. He passed 3 years after I met him. That was like my way of honoring them and learning the language, et cetera, et cetera. So.
All right, so Kwame, come back in.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, so now if you still remember what you was going to say, go ahead.
Yeah, what I was saying, to simplify, I said most Jamaicans looked at the Haitian Revolution and they see how they got economically embargoed, so they figured it was better off staying with the British and continue trading with them.
Where do you get that knowledge from, bro? That information, where did you get that from? That most Jamaicans, because I maybe disagree. Where'd you get that from? That poll where most Jamaicans felt like that, brother. Because not saying you're wrong, but I'm curious. I'm questioning you with the emotion
Okay, the
thinking
Jamaican
face right now.
The Jamaican government. I can send you the sources.
Nah, that's good. That's good. Nah, guys, no, we ain't doing that tonight. Okay, fine. They said they looked at that and said, nah, it's not feasible for us. We're going to continue trading with the British and what else?
And eventually we became independent.
No. You skipping. What happened to the West Indies Federation? What happened with that?
I mean, it failed.
Huh? No. Talk about it first. Well, why was the idea there, and what led to the failure of it? What led to the collapse of it, brother? Come on now. You talking to me now? Wait. You're breaking up. I thought it was me at first, but it's you. You're breaking up. Hey, Anandis, is it me or is he breaking up?
He breaking up.
Okay, brother.
Let me hang up and call back.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah, because I'm gonna make you a public example. All right. I ain't Jamaican, but I know your history. Okay, so Anandis, what you're gonna witness is that, like, their important history, right? I know most than all of them. I'll be straight up. Any Jamaican can call in, and I'm gonna cook them on their history. Okay, call in. Please call in and challenge me, and you definitely gonna cook me on my own history. That ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna cook you on yours though. Just call in. Okay, I'm very competitive, by the way. The way I research, I'm competitive as hell. There ain't nobody ever gonna cook me on my history. But I'm gonna cook him when he call back in. I know he don't know about it, and he can't even Google it. I'm still cooking him. I will let you guys Google it. I'm still cooking because I'm an in-depth researcher. I'm not a Google researcher.
Yeah, the only thing I know about that, they were trying to unify some of the islands down there, but I never really looked into it.
Oh yeah, but it flopped, and it flopped in the most embarrassing way, and that's what I'm gonna cook him on. I know he don't know about it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's easy to like come here and point the finger at us because you're in our country, so you get to see our dirty laundry. But what about you and your country? Let's point at your dirty laundry. And the fact that you're over here is embarrassing because you're claiming that you didn't have to go through degrading things that we have to go through, but you're over here and you're being included with those who you say were degraded. When he filed an application, he got to put Black African American. So Anandis, this makes sense. They're including him with those who were degraded. They don't see him any different. When he selects Black or African American, they are including him into that history. He doesn't get that.
That's true.
He doesn't get that.
That's why when I hear some of the freedmen people talk about delineation, that's why they want to say when stuff go wrong and they say just Black Americans, but then you find out it wasn't a Black American here. So I get it.
All right, and it's not, and bro, it's not aimed at Black people when we say delineation. Bro, we believe, like those who do thorough research, we believe white Americans, racist white supremacists are playing chess with foreign Blacks, unbeknownst to them.
Oh yeah, that's true. When I talk to my family members, they would say that. They said the misconception, because I don't really get into the spaces a lot. Honestly, I kind of tune in every once in a while. I catch them, like with the Tariq show come on or the one or somebody come on. But a lot of times, I don't know why. Tariq might have said this, I don't know. But the people that come over to the States are, what's a good way to put it? I ain't gonna say they sin bold, but they already coming over here with a dislike. But the majority of them people down there, honestly, are indifferent. I ain't gonna say they like Americans or dislike Americans. They going for their own thing down there.
And we know that. And guess what? We don't even say that. That's why Tariq made a term called tether, and he has a disclaimer all the time. This is not all. This is the ones who are identified by actions, because we have because your foundation, even though you're still foundation Black American, but if you said some anti stuff to us, you are a coon. Like, so we don't. There's an identification for us and them, for everybody. We call white folks who are disrespecting us racist, white supremacists, right? So there's a identification name for everybody who's attacking us or going against us. So it has nothing to do with black people. That's like foreign, born or foreigners. It's not about that. It's about people who are going against us, who's adding to team white supremacy. Okay, so that's one thing I got to make very clear. When we call somebody a tether, okay, we're saying that you are team white supremacy. We're not saying you're different. We're saying you got the jersey number and jersey name, team white supremacy.
Right.
So even like the Larry Elders and the Thomas Sowell, these are FBAs. Anton Daniels, I don't know what the hell he is, but some saying FBA, cool, no problem. You're still team white supremacy. Candace Owens, she's FBA. She's half team white supremacy. Even though she's not as, by the way, Candace Owens is not as extreme as the ones I just named. So it's kind of like almost not cool to even add her to those folks because she's not as extreme as them.
I agree with that.
So, I don't, Chief X respects her. He thinks she's great. I call cap on that, and Chief X can call in, and I can easily prove my point. I don't think he's going to be able to prove his point on Candace Owens or Thomas Sowell, whoever he identifies or acknowledges on the right wing side as black. I think if he talks to me, he's going to lose every argument. Thomas Sowell, Larry Elder, or Candace Owens. I think I'm going to cook them on all of them. But are you back, Kwame? Oh, wait a little minute. Oh, goddamn. All right, don't say nothing, Kwame. I got to rename you real quick so your number don't show. Because when you call in Amandis, when you call in, your number's going to show. So it's better just don't say nothing. Let me change the number to something random. Get your name, put it in there. You can talk. All right, Kwame, you're back. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about the West Indies Federation and why it failed?
Right.
That's what you're alluding to?
Let's first talk. Well, I'm actually not alluding to. I'm talking about it directly. So let's talk about that. Are you familiar with the West Indies Federation?
A little bit. I'm not really well versed into it. I just know it collapsed basically from nationalism and a host of other things. But I think nationalism.
I mean, you just said absolutely nothing just now. You just said nothing, but it collapsed because Jamaicans got out of it. That's why it collapsed, Roy. Jamaicans collapsed it. Because once y'all collapsed out of Trinidadian said, hey, basically like they have a quote from their leader at that time saying, hey, if Jamaica's out, it can't work. So they got out as well and looked for independence. So, but Jamaicans bounced out of it first. Now, but to talk to me, to call my podcast and to talk about FBAs in a disfavorable light, you need to know about Jamaica and the failures that you guys have had. You shouldn't be educated by FBA guys.
I didn't call it undermine. You asked me.
No, of course you don't. Of course you don't. I get it. You don't think that because I do. Okay, so and like most FBAs will feel the same way. Right. But that matters though, because you're talking to me, and I'm opinionated. So are you, and so is Amandis. So my opinion, I think most FBAs will side with me, is that when you call in, is usually anti-FBA rhetoric. It's never like uplifting and showing that you're attacking and trying to minimize. But hold on. But I don't want to go that rabbit hole. Let's stick. My point was, you're Jamaican, I'm not. This is a historical event in Jamaica. It's very big. You should know about it, not me. No, there's no apples. You got to get the banana. Okay. So the fact you don't know about it is, to me, is embarrassing, and it's more reason why you shouldn't call here with acting like you're my equal. You should be calling here as a student.
You said the overall reason why Jamaica pulled back.
No, I ain't say overall. I just gave you I just summarized it real fast. I didn't give it overall. I just summarized it. But bro, why was it even a thing? Who came up with the idea? No, stop.
We thought it was economically better.
Stop. Who came up with the idea?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think I was well versed.
So you might. Okay, so listen to Daddy.
Listen to
Okay?
Daddy.
Yeah,
Daddy
listen to
of
Daddy.
mine.
Daddy gonna teach you. No, Daddy gonna teach
Daddy
you.
of mine.
Well, you don't know until I say something. You don't know it. So I'm your daddy right now. Okay? I'm not your ally. I'm your daddy. We're not allies. Okay? So it was the British idea. Did you know that? It was a white man who thought to unify the islands. It wasn't a black Jamaican
the British supported
idea.
it. The British
No. It was, okay, hold on. You just said you don't know about it. I go to talk, you start talking. Shut up and listen. It was the British idea for the Caribbean to come under one name, West Indies. It was not a Jamaican or Trinidadian or island idea, bruh. You need to listen and learn. Who funded it? Or who put up bread for it? Any bread.
Probably
That's why you my son. You my son. How come Jamaica didn't add no money in there? Come. Or Trinidad. Come. How come no island added money into that? See, you my son.
Clue.
You got to listen. Yeah, exactly. Listen to me, my boy. Okay. So now
that make you feel better.
Yeah. No, don't make me feel better. You listen to Daddy. Okay, I'm your daddy today. Now watch this. They were supposed to come under one umbrella. It was the British idea to unite the islands to come under one umbrella to seek independence. Okay, it was the British white man idea to say y'all islands there need to come under to one term, one terminology, West Indies, right? No more West Indian, no more Jamaican and Trinidadian and St. Croix and Barbados. This stuff is dividing y'all. Come under one name. Okay, so now they tried to. It took 4 years before it flopped. You don't know that. I know that. It took 4 years. That's it. I'm on this. 4 years. They gave up. 4 years is too long for them. Jamaicans were the first to bow out, and then everybody just left. Okay, but bro,
it was actually 6 years. But go ahead.
It was 4 years. It was 4 years. You liar.
Started in
4 years. Now, it's 4 years. And now all of a sudden you're a teacher. Okay, you my son. It's 4 years, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep going. You want banana?
It started with the British Caribbean Federation Act in 1956.
Hey, bro. I'm talking about when the island got on code to agree to it. Okay, I'm talking about when they got on code and agreed to it. That was 4 years. I ain't talking about what happened before it. I'm talking about the islands to come together and say, yes, it's a great idea. Let's do it. 4 years. Shut up. Now, do you know why it flopped? Let's go there.
I just told you nationalism was one of the main key reasons why.
Give me a case in point. Give me an example.
You just said Jamaica pulled out. Everybody.
No.
Everybody.
That's the summary. No. That's the summary, stupid. I'm talking about actually when they were trying to get along. What happened to make them say, "Hey, I don't rock with you. I don't rock with you. I don't rock with you." Now I didn't say, "Nah, we good. We good."
First of all, the lack of the population supporting it and nationalism.
No. You can Google all you want, stupid. That's not what happened. What happened was
I'm not Googling nothing.
Exactly. So listen, my son. No. Okay, well, listen, my son. Watching this game. Listen, my son. I'm not watching no game. Listen, my son. That's not what happened. What happened was, they were supposed to come under the umbrella West Indian, no longer Jamaican and everything else. But Jamaicans cannot do that. Jamaicans will call themselves Jamaican first and West Indian second. That's what caused the collapse. Hey, bro, I said give me specific events that happened. You're just talking some generic.
I just told you okay. lack of public support.
No. Okay, but that's not nothing though. I gave you something. I said Jamaicans refuse to call themselves West Indian first and go with the whole ideology of the West Indian Federation concept. They said, nah, I'm Jamaican first. I'm Jamaican first. I ain't West Indian first. Okay. Hey, bro, be quiet while I educate. Shut up. You don't know. I ain't trying to kick you off, but be quiet so I can finish. Because you have not researched it. You say you know a little bit, so shut up. I know more than a little bit. So Jamaicans did not want to call themselves West Indian first because they felt like they were the most influential. They had the most money. They had the most boomers. That population was through the roof. So they refused to be on the level as the smaller island countries. They refused to be on their level. It was an equal thing. Like, nah, we got more influence, more population, more money. We can't be equals. That's how they felt with the smaller islands, my boy. You're a student. You're my son. So that's what caused the collapse. They refused to look at other smaller islands as their equals and share equal power. And I forgot, there was a third island who was supposed to handle the money. And Jamaica refused to let them have that responsibility. So it was Jamaicans who, in 4 years of all the islands coming together, it was Jamaicans who said, nah, we're good. This ain't going to work. We're going for independence. And then that's what forced Trinidad to go for independence because the idea was cooked. But go ahead and try. Wait. No, before you go, let Amanda say something to that. Because he said he researched a little bit. Amanda, is that what you recall? Something similar? Go ahead, bro.
That's from what I remember learning about it. That's pretty accurate. It didn't make any sense though, because it would have put Jamaica in a position. Really, they would have been not the main, but yeah, they became the power players in the Caribbean at least.
Yeah,
no matter how
it
you
was
look
them
at
in Trinidad.
Wise, yeah. So what made me curious about it is because technically Haiti isn't, even though it's part of the Caribbean, the other islands don't really rock
at all
like that. And then
even Guyana is considered South American and not really island. Yeah. And that was shocking to me when I found out about that.
But then you turn around and, of course, you know, the relationships with the Dominicans, they don't consider them Latin with them. So Haiti's kind of ostracized from everybody, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of that,
this is also history. Jamaicans look at Haitians. Matter of fact, forget about Haiti. Jamaicans look at I'm gonna say now. I'm gonna say back. Others as inferior, and this will cause a lot of. Matter of fact, Haitians too, by the way. So now I'm thinking about Haitians too. They looked at Haitians as inferior. So Jamaicans had this like puffed up ego that they were the superior in the islands and Haiti. They had the superior complex to everybody in that region, including Haiti. That's a fact.
Are you familiar with the comedian Patrice O'Neal?
No.
He passed away probably 2011, but he's had the saying about that. It's a quote unquote white group of every group. So he said like the Puerto Ricans are considered the most prestigious of the Latinos, the Jamaicans are the most prestigious of the Japanese, et cetera, et cetera. So what you're saying is true because Jamaicans do treat the others as if they under them.
Yo, Trinidad right now, this is current day. He wouldn't know this because he's too focused about what FB is doing. Trinidad right now was blocking Jamaicans from entering the country. That was a big thing with Jamaican government, heads of government versus Trinidad government. They were blocking Jamaicans from entering to Trinidad. That's current to date news.
How come?
They won't let them in. But they felt like they were degenerates. They're going to come and bring down the country. I mean, they're going to bring crime and what they do in their country. By the way, bro, Jamaica is the most violent country in the world. They are the Chicago of the world. They've been that for like 60 years, bro. Ever since the British left them and gave them independence, they've been the most violent country in the world. Straight. Bro,
even
the word baby mama.
All these countries over there having wars?
Yes. Baby mama comes from Jamaica. The word, it was baby mama. Baby mada. Like in English, we say baby mother, but that came from the 1960s where Black American marriages were 30% successful or married. Jamaica had a baby mother problem back in the 1960s, bro. It was called baby mother.
That is true.
So they would. Oh yeah, listen. I know about jackets. That's what I said. I will cook a Jamaican.
Oh, wow.
I will cook them. I know about their sexual predators. I know about women being raped. I'm sorry, YouTube. Raped, and the graper don't get prosecuted. I know about this. I cover it. Matter of fact, I'm subscribed to the Gleaner. I'm subscribed to AA. This gonna hurt Kwame and American Dream. I'm subscribed to the Gleaner Radio, whatever it is, channel. I'm getting all y'all up-to-date news today about Jamaica. I'm that guy. I'm a real researcher. I know what's going on in Jamaica today that's bad and degenerate.
And just the time, because when I first caught you live, what you were saying at the time was, how can you come over here and you left your country, but then to come over here and basically criticize the black people in this country? I do agree with that to an extent, because what happens is they won't then acknowledge what's going on in their country, so then it makes the argument like bad faith, basically. So you only saying this because you just don't like us. We're not having an open dialogue about what's actually going on and how to fix it, et cetera, et cetera. It's just one feeling like they need to attack the other. They don't.
Ron, you have a whole channel undermining Caribbeans or Africans, and then you have the nerve to say that Jamaicans or Caribbeans come over here to undermine Black Americans when we have a plethora of people that came over here to fight for things that was going on in America for Black Americans. Marcus Garvey, Stokely Carmichael, and a host of others. So for you to act like we undermine y'all is kind of ridiculous. Second of all, you really didn't disagree with anything I said. I said that one of the major issues why the West Indies Federation collapsed was because of nationalism. But go ahead, you can carry on.
I'm sorry, you're talking to
Did you hear me?
Kwame, yeah, I hear you. I want Kwame to respond.
Yeah, I say you have a whole channel dedicated to undermining Africans in the Caribbean. So for you to get on here and ask me and my anti-Black Americans, when I support reparations, I support a host of other things that Black Americans are fighting for. Second of all, you didn't really disagree with anything I said. I said one of the major issues why the West Indies Federation collapsed was because of nationalism. So Jamaica pulled out because they wanted to be more Jamaican or gain independence.
Yeah, but they undermine. Wait. Stop. Sorry there. Right there. All right. Because you misrepresented me. You said undermine Africa and Jamaica or the islands, and you never give an example. You just rant. See, Ahmad, it's the difference between me and him. Wait, slow down. Just slow down for a second. Hey, bro, just slow down for a second. Slow down. I'm trying to explain something. The difference between me and you is that I can articulate my issues with whomever. Point precision. You can't do that. You have not. I said, bro, show me anti or undermining Africa or the islands. You haven't done that just yet. Now, let's go back. You said Jamaica pulled out. Bro, no, they didn't just pull out. Their mind, history records what Jamaica did. Trinidad records, not just history. Trinidad records Jamaica as undermining the West Indian Federation. Remember, West Indies Federation. That's recorded historically. That's not my opinion. Okay, Trinidad News say Jamaica undermined the West Indies Federation. They was eagle. So my thing is, how can we do a pan anything with people like that couldn't do a pan with themselves? How can they do a pan with us overseas when they can't do a pan with themselves? 4 years. You said 6 years. Either way, that's a short period. That's a short time span. Okay? Okay? That's short to give up. That should be 20, 30 years. Why y'all can't do what Burkina Faso did with Guinea, Mali, and Niger? Why y'all give up in 4 years? That's my issue. But for you to sit here, now, I'm going to give you opportunity. I'm going to be quiet for 5 minutes. Tell me how, and be specific, How have I undermined Africa or both the islands? I'm gonna literally go on mute. Go.
Okay, you do shows on
Wait. You can respond because I don't want to pigeonhole you. You can respond before you do that. You can respond to anything I said tonight. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes, right? So you can respond to anything I said tonight, and then for the last 5 minutes, do that. I'm gonna go on mute.
Okay, for one, I agree with you that Jamaica pulled out, so it could seem as undermining. And I said one of the major issues with the West Indies Federation was nationalism. Jamaica wanted to be independent, and they didn't want to come under a conglomerate under the West Indies Federation. So yes, nationalism was one of the key reasons why it collapsed. Second of all, you said how do you undermine? Well, you speak about Marcus Garvey, you only call him a scammer. You never talk about the goods that Marcus Garvey did. You never talk about the business that he helped establish or anything like that. You just talk about he was a scammer. He came to America to scam Black Americans, which is totally not true. I vehemently disagree with that. You never talk about the goods that's going on in Africa. You speak about Ibrahim Traoré and you undermine his accomplishment and say, well, he got rid of one white supremacy to link up with another white supremacy. Well, that's not really true. You don't talk about the goods that the AAIsts were doing. You only undermine them. You undermine other contributions that Caribbeans did. I talked about the Caesar Savannah, how Haitians came, they were fighting for their own, and they still came and fought in the revolutionary war. You undermine that. So I talk about Haitians.
Bro, you're breaking up, bro. I just want you to know you're breaking up. I'm only invading because you're breaking up. That's why. I'm still quiet. I'm on mute. You sound good now, but you were. I know if you talk and be not heard, so you were breaking up. That's why. Somebody want to go back 30 seconds, and I'm gonna go back on mute. So even though I disagree, I'm not gonna cut in. Okay, I'm gonna go back on mute.
Okay. I talked about the Caesar Savannah, how Haitians helped fight in the Revolutionary War. You undermine that, said, oh, they didn't come to help us when they was fighting in the Revolutionary War to help establish America from the British. You undermine the Haitian that founded Chicago. You try to minimize his accomplishment to say, oh, it was just a trading port, when the man is literally deemed and called the pioneer and the father of Chicago. You undermine that. So I don't really see where you don't undermine Africa or the Caribbean. You talk about some of our greatest leaders and call them scammers, i.e. Marcus Garvey. So when it comes to you're very undermining of the Caribbean's and African accomplishments and contribution to America. I talked about Stokely Carmichael. You minimize his influence and what he was doing in the civil rights movement, and big up A. Philip Randolph and Bayard Rustin and how they was the leaders of the civil rights movement, which is cool. Kwame Ture was a big influence on the civil rights movement. You undermine him, undermine a host of other Africans that contribute to America. So I don't really get when you say things like that. I don't undermine nothing Black Americans do. I just point out the facts. Black Americans have done some of the most amazing things for the diaspora and the African continent as a whole. So I really don't understand when you say that we come here and undermine when we have been some of the biggest contributions to Black Americans. If you look at New York, where we established some of the most amazing businesses and small businesses in New York. We have communities, we have neighborhoods that we help the wealth gap to bring in the wealth gap as homeowners, small business owners, and you're probably gonna undermine and say we're undercut.
You bring it up a little bit.
Yeah,
you bring it up again. Yeah, you breaking up. Yeah, you still breaking up. Okay, I want you to go in. I'm writing down what you're saying. I'm gonna cook you. You know, so go in a little harder. All right, because I'm gonna cook you.
Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Yeah, better now. A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So you undermine the Caribbeans that came and fought in the Revolutionary War. You undermine the Caribbeans that helped establish major cities in America. You undermine Marcus Garvey, who's probably one of the greatest Black men in history, and call him a scammer. You undermine Stokely Carmichael's contribution to the civil rights. You also undermine
You bring it up again. You bring it up again.
Go ahead and respond.
You bring it up again, brother. Bro, you break it up.
Respond.
You breaking up. I can't respond because you breaking up.
I'll go on mute.
No. Don't go on mute. That's what I don't want you to do. Do not go on mute.
Can you
want to
hear
have
me now?
an interaction with you. Yeah. So you said you said Marcus Garvey was the best. Garvey to you?
Can you say that again? You was breaking up.
Okay, so Marcus Garvey was the best Black what?
Marcus Garvey was.
No, you breaking up, man. No, don't start breaking up now. Now, yo, go to that. Get out the basement and go in. You because I want to cook you. Human population of the world know not to ever challenge me on Marcus Garvey. So I'm so glad you give me the alley-oop. I'm a Sean Kemp, LeBron James, Giannis dunk this one. Hey, bro, get to a good area. Okay, because I want to make you a public example of Marcus Garvey.
Yeah,
right?
like I said, you undermine Marcus
Garvey's
accomplishments.
I got. Wait, I heard you. He had no accomplishments. Yeah. Name one.
He helped set up businesses and help organize Black people in America.
Okay, so now watch this. How did he get? Wait, okay, I got you. How did he get money for businesses?
The donation, the same way Tariq does.
Oh, no. You see what I'm saying, chat? You see that now? When I ask him a question, he keep bringing up us. I'm asking about 19, 15, 20. We're not talking about 2025. I'm asking about Marcus Garvey, not Tariq Nasheed, not Nelson Mandela, nobody else. Marcus Garvey, how did he get the money? Because Tariq never took donations. Okay, so give me the okay. So now let's talk about Tariq very shortly. Okay, so did Tariq tell people when they crowdfund, right? Okay, I can see that could be seen as a donation. Okay, when he did that, did he tell them that he's going to deliver them from white supremacy?
I'm not sure. I know that he had a
wait, no. Okay, bro, relax. Hey, relax, man. Let's just have an honest discussion built on integrity. I'm just asking you. If you don't know, just shut the fuck up and say I don't know. I'm asking you, bro. When he did crowdfunding or whatever else, did he tell them, I'm going to deliver you from white supremacy, from your recollection, yes or no?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so shut up on that then. Okay, only speak on what you know. All right, that's
Okay,
what I respect.
I can speak on the.
Okay,
I
wait a
can
minute.
speak on the whole
Okay, just hold on. Hey, bro, hey, just relax. You're gonna get there. Yeah, scamming. We'll get there. Just write that down. Write down scamming. I'm gonna cook you on that too. Okay. So now, did Marcus Garvey say he would deliver Black Americans from white supremacy? Yes or no?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. So why would you speak on two people you don't know anything about? Tariq or Marcus Garvey? Why would you do that?
You asked me a specific quote. I'm not sure, Marcus Garvey.
Right. Yeah. But so now the follow-up question, you said you don't know for both. So the follow-up question is, why would you speak on two people you have not researched or know little to nothing about? What's your answer to that?
I could speak on Tariq because he had a donation set up for homes for Haiti.
Wait, but I'm asking you. But I asked you something. But I got you. But I'm asking you about something specific. You said crowdfunding, and I conceded. See, I could do something you can do. I concede. I said, yeah, crowdfunding can be seen as a donation. I take that back. You see, I can do that. See, when you have integrity, you can admit, yeah, I might have said something too fast. Okay, I can take that L and back up. Crowdfunding is like a donation, no problem. I could back up. You see how I can do that? I could take an L and back up. Brother, listen, your ego is your problem, man. Okay. So pride comes before the fall. I can say, yeah, I spoke a little too fast. You're right, crowdfunding, donation. Okay. But now, two different things. Since you brought up Tariq, I asked about Marcus Garvey, you brought up Tariq. So you're comparing Marcus Garvey to Tariq. You, not me, you. So Marcus Garvey promised something to Black Americans Tariq that Tariq never did. So I asked you this. I said, did Tariq ever promise Black folks when they donate or do when they donate during the crowdfunding, did he ever promise to deliver them from white supremacy or systemic racism? You say you don't know. Okay, so you don't know. You don't know means you don't know. I don't know. I'm dumb in that area. Okay, so I asked you about Marcus Garvey. You said I don't know again. So you're dumb in that area. So I'm like, okay, so why are you speaking on two individuals where you don't know something? Okay, don't forget, you're talking to me, somebody who know a little something. So I want to have a good conversation for the chat. We got about 100 folks listening, bro. Okay, you gotta know that people are listening. You can make a name for yourself, but you're doing a poor job because you don't know nothing, but you keep talking like you do, which is interesting. I don't talk on things I don't know. Okay, so let's focus on Marcus Garvey. So now you brought up Tariq. Now I asked about Marcus Garvey. You brought up Tariq. So let's just talk about Marcus Garvey. Because I asked you, I called you about Tariq. You don't know, so shut up on Tariq. So let's focus on Marcus Garvey. Okay. So Marcus Garvey, so these independent businesses, okay, because you're not talking about the Black Star line. Are you talking about, when you say businesses, are you talking about the Black Star ship line thing or other businesses? Let me know before I cook you.
I'm talking about the supermarkets and the other small businesses.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Got you. Dude, RIP you. You're going to die tonight. Okay, figuratively. How did he get the money for those endeavors?
I just said crowdfunding.
Okay, no. Listen, when he sold stocks and shares, right? Right?
That was mainly for the ships.
Sir, what else did he sell? He never said, hey, give me money for this idea I got. He only sold stocks and shares, right?
Yeah.
For money. Okay. This is a barbecue. You're invited to the barbecue. You're getting cooked. Okay, so now, he told those foundation Black Americans, you're buying. You're not crowdfunding like Tariq Nasheed. You're spending. You're investing. You're not donating. You're investing in ships. So to take that money and buy cleaners, a laundromat, You McDonald's. That's called deception. They bought stocks to the black. Yeah, fool. You need to research the stuff. They bought stocks to the black line business for ships, not for cleaners, not for McDonald's or something else. Okay, this is why you getting cooked by me tonight. They invested to get a return on their investments. A donation is the opposite of that. When they donate to a Tariq Nasheed crowdfunding, it's a donation. There's no there is no thought of I'm gonna get a return on what I just donated. Donation means it's gone. It's gone, and he delivered every time. Different story. Marcus Garvey never delivered. See, a scammer promised something and don't deliver. If you deliver, you're not a scammer. That's the difference. Again, you're talking to me, unbiased Ron. I'm not those
Did he
folks
deliver
on the
homes
internet.
for Haiti?
On a who?
Did he deliver on the homes for Haiti and the donations he received for that?
Yeah. Okay. So watch this. I can only answer to what he said, and you got to follow up. He said that he delivered on the donation. He invested in Haitian homes and those things after the earthquake. Now, what you got to do is go do research to prove that did not happen. Okay, and if you can't do that,
it didn't happen. He never built a house in Haiti, not one.
Okay, so how do you know that?
Name the house that Tariq Nasheed built in Haiti.
No, not back on me. I'm asking you. How do you know that?
It's no, because there's no evidence.
The evidence. We need to know the evidence, not just you talking. Okay, but anyway, you don't know, so stop there. It ain't about him. We're talking about Marcus Garvey. A good try.
Okay.
I just want to show. Yes. I just want to show you know what you're talking about. Okay, so back to Marcus Garvey.
You undermined the accomplishments he did.
No. So now I'm gonna do all of them. Ibram Ture, I'm gonna do all of them. I wrote it down. I got you. Ibram Ture, Jamaica, the West Indies, the Revolution. I wrote it all down. I got you. I'm doing one at a time. Okay. So Marcus Garvey. Okay. So now Marcus Garvey sold stocks to investors for a dream that they will escape white supremacy. Okay, go. Okay, that they'll escape white supremacy. Okay, so now let's focus on Tariq's not in the question because when you talk your trash, you said Jamaica, West Indies, Ibn Ture said Haitians in the revolution. I don't see Tariq in my notes. Okay, so don't bring him up now. You didn't bring him up. You said other things, so don't bring him up now. Let's talk about what you brought up. I wrote it down. Okay, I'm a real journalist. I wrote it down. Okay, so Marcus Garvey told investors to invest in ships, stocks for ships, to get them out of the country where they could flee from systemic racism. But instead, he started to purchase businesses in America, the country they're supposed to be fleeing. Kwame, explain that.
Well, those small businesses was employing black people to help bring in the wealth gap that was going on in the 1920s.
Kwame, he told them to invest in ships to leave the country, but he's investing in businesses to stay in the country and make money. Explain that, brother.
How do you know it's not a short-term? It wasn't a short-term goal.
Hey, brother,
bring in more revenue.
Got you, brother. When you invest in a ship to leave the country, but the money is going to businesses in the country, is that not deception, a lie, or false advertisement, or you call that integrity?
No, those could be short-term businesses to help us. More revenue.
brother. I got it. Like right now, Kwame, I can say, bro, invest in my prize picks. I picked some people in the playoffs, the next game, Pacers, to go ham, go crazy. You know, the odds, the spread, whatever. And dude, we gonna win some money. But bro, I don't invest all the money in that. I put some of that money in my barbershop or my bodega or a laundromat. Brother, I wasn't honest where your money was going. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So when Marcus Garvey sells stocks for ships, and he takes the money not to buy ships, but to establish businesses in America, is that truthful or that's untruthful? Where what people are investing in?
The depends.
Brother, if wait. If I'm an investor, you know what an investor is, right? An investor is told that they will get a return. Okay, and by the way, he was told they will get a return on their investment. When you give me A, B, and C money, you don't get money back.
If you invest, you expect the ROI. Like that's simple business.
Okay, yeah, okay, got it. But if I'm told, do you watch American Greed at all?
Yeah.
Okay. See, Tether, that's what happens. See, Marcus Garvey, American Greed, he told them that their finance or their investment is going to one thing, but he put it somewhere else. Is that full disclosure, or is that not full disclosure? Your reputation.
We don't know. You don't know.
Hey, no. Hey, bro. I don't want to mute you, but you got 100 folks listening live right now. Right, it's one of our largest on this channel, larger viewership, bro. Listen. You can be respected. You got a YouTube channel you want to do later on. This is no integrity, bro. You ain't not coming. You can be like American Dream. You're gonna go along. So now, listen, bro. If Marcus Garvey is selling stocks to his ship line, but he's putting the money in businesses in America, laundromats, supermarkets, things for folks to stay here. Is that full disclosure or is that not?
How do you know it? How do you know if it was for folks to stay here? How do you not know it's to build wealth?
No. Okay, let me put my thing up. I'm about to mute you in a second. Okay, I got my mute thing up. Okay, all right, forget about you. Amandus, you still there?
Yeah,
Amandus, let me know if you're still there. Okay, cool. Because I didn't mute Kwame just yet, but I will in a second. Brother, do you have a YouTube channel, by the way?
I do not, no.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm not gonna say shout it out. Okay, brother, if I told you that give me $100 and I'm gonna invest it, you heard of FanDuel or DraftKings?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So if I told you, if you give me $100, I'm saying right now, give me $100, bro, I got a lineup for the OKC game that's going to make money. And I'm saying, bro, I'm going to invest the $100 in the lineup, in the FanDuel. I mean, there's a FanDuel, option, what they call it, like there's an entry that's $400, right? And you put in there and you win. That much money, you're going to win a lot of money. Okay, and first place get 100,000 or even $1 million, right? Because in itself be $1 million. So $1 million, right? And you give me $100. Of course, that's not a lot of money. It's not going to make you go in debt. But bro, if I invest $40 in that and take the other 60 and put in other things, did I do what I said I was going to do for you?
No.
Okay. So now, in American standards, right, is that called honest transparency, or is that called I did something that I didn't say I was going to do? to make it real simple, did I go against my word?
Yeah. But
Okay. So in America, go ahead.
But honestly speaking, his legacy is really dependent, because even in Jamaica, a lot of Jamaicans don't even really rock with Garvey like that.
No, they never did, and neither did the Jamaicans in London that didn't rock with him. Like he failed 3 times. He failed in Jamaica initially. He came to America. He failed 4 times. Came to America and failed. Came back to Jamaica and failed. Went to London and failed. Okay, brother, listen. I am a Marcus Garvey-ologist, not this clown. Okay, because I could ask him questions he'll never know the answer to. He's my son tonight. I got to teach him. So now, watch this. So Marcus Garvey told these folks that their money was going to the Black Star Line company, enterprise, whatever, and it's going to be ships, or like, let's say not just ships, but he was going to do trades, right, internationally. That's what he said. But he is now. Keep in mind, the goal was to get out of America. He got big in America, I'm modest, because he said, because first of all, he came during the time of the red summer. Do you know what the red summer is?
Yeah, I heard it before.
Okay, but you can't recall it, right?
Nope.
Okay, Kwame, do you know what the red summer is?
I have no clue.
Okay, cool. This is why it's making it hard. This is why, hey, anybody in the chat who want to call in who think can do better, please, I want a better challenge. Ask the phone number, I put it in there. You can do better. The red summer is red summer because bloodshed. The KKK, white supremacists were killing black folks left and right. What's it called? It got disconnected. Our mind just got disconnected. But Kwame, the white folks were going crazy. I think like the most lynchings happened. White folks were just killing black folks. It's called red because of blood. Okay. So Marcus Garvey came a little bit after that, and he was given an alternative solution to our issue. We're looking at, so this is coming off the red summer. So we're feeling like we're unprotected, like there's no black person or black force field or government or military that can defend us from this onslaught. So Marcus Garvey came with the perfect ideology. Hey, let's leave the country. We can't beat them. Let's leave. So that's how he got his momentum. I mean, came up red summer. So we wanted to. I brought that up because this is my personal belief on you, my personal assessment on you. I believe you got ADHD because I talk to you and you don't respond to what I said. You just say what you want to say. Okay, so I'm telling you the time frame. Red summer, the most black deaths in the country probably ever. All right, under like white supremacy. So Marcus Garvey came with an alternative solution. Hey, other than what we were teaching, we were doing civil rights and get along in this country. Marcus Garvey came with let's leave the country. Period. So black folks got on that bandwagon. They were trying to get away from another red summer, red winter, Kwame. So when he invests in businesses to stay in the country, that's a contradiction to his resolution. We're trying to get out the country. We're afraid. We're defeated. We want to flee. We want to get out the country. Okay, Kwame. So I'm saying you got ADHD because I say things, and when you talk, you just ignore everything I say. You just say what you want to say. You got to respond to what I'm saying. I'm giving context. So we rock with Garvey because he had a solution that nobody would ever said before. Hey, let's not during their time. Let's just leave the country. Let's go to Africa. The hell with white supremacy and white supremacists. Okay? So when we gave him money to invest, when we invested, we didn't give him shit for free. We invested. He didn't ask for donation like Tariq Nasheed. He lied and says you're investing. He would have been better off by being honest like Tariq Nasheed and said, hey, give a donation. But he used the word investment. And that's what, if nothing else, makes him a scammer, because he redirected the funds to other things that we were not investing in. You cannot do that, bro. Like, that's why he got locked up and fined for that, which you don't know about. He got fined for mishandling the investment funds. Okay, $100 at that time was a lot of money, like 10, 30 grand time. So he paid the penalty for doing that. But again, you wouldn't know that because you're tethered. You don't have to research. Okay, so and you have, like I said earlier, donations. I corrected myself. Say I concede to that. Yeah, Tariq got donations. You have never ever did it until I embarrassed you about the electric cars, but you was forced to do it. But you never in your own will ever say, you know what? Yeah, all right, I take that back. This is what it is. So Marcus Garvey took investments. He sold stocks. Tariq Nasheed never sold stocks, never promised you a return on your investment. Marcus Garvey did. And he promised those guys that they're going to make a shitload of money. Okay? That's what he told these folks. And he promised them this Wakanda life in Africa without ever visiting Africa. Marcus Garvey had no idea how colonized Africa was. He had no idea that he'd be sending us to another slave master. He had no idea that. He had no idea that that Liberia was initially set up by white supremacists. You know that? And it was a country that was heavily underdeveloped. Because that's what he's trying to send us to. He's trying to send us to Liberia. So pretty, and they had like some issues there. He didn't know that because he never visited Africa. And Kwame, are you still there?
I'm here
Hello?
listening to the ad hominem attacks. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's just real talk. So now, when Marcus, so are you familiar with Marcus Garvey sending us to Liberia?
That was one of the goals, yeah.
So another country he was trying to send us to?
No.
So you said one.
In Sierra Leone.
No. He never said that. Shut up. You're lying. He never said that. You talk about you're lying, bro. You're lying. He said Liberia. You disgusting and dirty liar. Okay, so now, did he ever arrange something with the Liberian president? Kwame? Okay, so the dusty, no sock wearing, tether Kwame, first time hung up voluntarily. So Marcus Garvey never arranged anything with the Liberian president. The Liberian president went, because a ship actually came over there from America. Marcus Garvey convinced some FBAs to sell over there, right? They got arrested right away, and they got deported back to America. And the president of Liberia put out a memo saying to Marcus Garvey and his followers to don't ever come back. So Marcus Garvey was selling stocks, receiving investment funds, selling a dream to foundational Black Americans that they will escape white supremacy, systemic racism by going to Liberia. But the Liberian president put out a public memo and said, don't ever come back. You're not welcome. That is a scammer. I don't know how else can you call it. That's a scammer. Now, we got Cancel in the chat talking trash. I'm gonna time him out for a little bit because he been going wild. Just for 10 minutes. Hey, Cancel. I'm gonna put you in time out for 10 minutes, bro. Because one thing you cannot do here is go that crazy in the chat and don't call in. I do not support cowards. Okay, so now Kwame, he's retarded, but he called in. But Cancel, you can't talk that reckless. And yeah, by the way, y'all got wrenches. Y'all could time out cowards like Cancel. Y'all don't need me to do that. Just don't delete them. 30 minutes to 10 minutes, but make sure you feel like it's a worthy penalty. Don't over exaggerate because a guy disagreed 30 minutes. But if they troll like like cancel. Matter of fact, if they troll at all, give them the opportunity to call in. Say, hey, call in. Tag them. Say, call in. If they don't call in and they troll, now you can time out for 30 minutes. Because I'm not going to tolerate that. If you oppose what I'm saying and what you're saying so much, so vehemently, you should call in and express your. Okay, you should express your thoughts, right, verbally. All right. So peace to Young Daly, Jaquan, Chad Smith. But anybody who agrees with cancel, ask for the number. No, we can make points without name calling, but the thing is, what's your name? Newcomber. He's not new like you. You'd my first time seeing your name. He's not new like you. He's a repeated caller. He called in about 50 times. Okay, so yeah, so you already know how that works. If you're that known to the channel and you're still that disrespectful, you're still that intolerant, you're still doing the things like that, yes, you're gonna get something out of me that wasn't in me prior. So you can't make a judgment if it's your first time listening in. Okay, so he's not a new caller. Now, Amadis wasn't a new caller, but not Kwame. Kwame has called, him and American Dream has called in a plethora of times. So be careful on your assessment when you have not watched this channel or my lives prior. Kwame, most of my lives, he calls in, bro. So you gotta relax, and he behaves the same way. He does not know history, Jamaican, American, African, nothing. And you see how I called him out on Marcus Garvey being a scammer. He couldn't justify the scamming. All right? He brings up Tariq Nasheed. He's like, hey, are we talking about Marcus Garvey or Tariq Nasheed? You got to be clear, because I gave him a chance to rant for 10 minutes, undisturbed, right? I didn't chime in free until he was done. I hopped in. Okay. So no, don't do that. And anybody in the chat, who agrees with cancel or Kwame, please just ask for the number. And I only call him names because he's a habitual caller. He's disrespectful, but I won't call you guys names because I don't know you guys. You gotta have a history like him. Okay, you guys don't know, but Kwame and myself, we had these conversations. He's disingenuous, and he, act like we didn't have these convos. But you can go back. You guys can backdate me on my channel. You'll see he always calls in and get cooked. Okay, so everybody, what I need you guys to do, because I'm right now, if you're FBA, you're new to the channel, what you should do is say you're FBA, so I could give you a wrench. Because my FBA, and also if you're not FBA but you're an FBA supporter, just say supporter. So FBA or supporter, I'm gonna give you a wrench because I only rock with who rock with us, right? By the way, we love black people across the world that support us. We don't love FBAs who don't support us, and we don't love black people who are foreigners who don't support us. It's real simple. If you support us, you're family. You got Larry Elder, you got Thomas Sowell, and Anton Daniels who do not support us, and we don't love them, in spite of them supposedly being FBA. But if you got supporters or if you're FBA, just comment supporter, comment FBA, I'll wrench you up. But do me a favor also, like the video. That's important. So I'm going back. I'm wrenching folks up, by the way. I'm going back. So K Brown. K Brown, you Malcolm X was heavily influenced by Marcus Garvey. I don't believe that. So let me send you K Brown. Do you want the number? Okay, so I gotta get my credentials. I am ex-FOI, by the way. I used to be a member of the Nation of Islam some years ago when I was like in my 20s. I'm 40 now, 40 something now. I'm over 40. So, hey, K Brown, brother, don't be like Kwame. Don't just say stuff because you believe it's true. You should say stuff you know is true. All right. This is the cook session tonight. All right. So don't do that. One thing I don't do is say stuff that I don't know for sure. That's what I don't do. That's why I could concede when I make a mistake, slip up. I could say, yeah, you're right. Those were donations. You know, no problem. All right.
Daddy, what was my car?
Okay, so I'm giving wrenches while I'm reading the chat, and I see we got supporters for the first time here. I know your first time because you don't have a wrench. Yeah, so vengeance, so V for vengeance, definitely is you know what I mean, was on point in the chat. And this is a cook session, you dig? But I let him rant for 10 minutes. So I came back, wrote down his talking points, you know what I mean? And I was going to address them one by one. Okay. So Black Gold said, what made me leave the okay, so G is FBA. I think G is on my other channels as well. So G, I remember you, bro. Trust me. I remember you. I remember you, bro. Trust me. Okay, so boot camp. Oh yeah, boot camp. I remember you, obviously. So boot camp is definitely somebody who I pretty much know my supporters already. So if you're new, I probably don't know you. But let me answer the question. So yeah. So boot camp is definitely boot camp and G is definitely supporters of my other channel. So Jeru, let me add them, throw a wrench right there. Like I said, I respect Black people across the world, okay? Especially Ibrahim Ferre. I'm a supporter of his. He's a rider. It seems like he's a rider because, you know what I mean? I don't know of him being not a rider. So we support Ibrahim Ferre. Tethers can't control the narrative. We're not against Africa. We're not against the Caribbean. We support Dessalini, right? What he did for Haiti. We respect any Jamaican person who did their thing in Jamaica and so forth and so forth. You get it. We don't respect coons and sellouts, and we don't respect FBA coons and sellouts like Larry Elder and Thomas Sowell. And you dig? So I'm just telling you what it is. So Salute says, keep it real. Anton is bitter. Dude who couldn't get the ladies back. Yeah. So let me give Salute a wrench. And like I said, everybody, please like the important thing. The most support you can do is like the video. Just to take a second, like the video. So let me go on more Anton Daniels, right? So Anton Daniels is clearly somebody who obviously wasn't a ladies' man in his early years. I got his early footage, how he looked before he got the fake teeth and everything. I got him. I did some research. I got him. Okay. So Anton is a fake guru. I really mean that. I don't believe he's a millionaire like he says he is. Bro, when you're a millionaire, something got you there. Like Mayweather, boxing, Donald Trump, real estate, something got you to be a millionaire. When you look at Anton Daniels' background, there's nothing there that got him to be a millionaire. He claims he's a serial entrepreneur. What does that mean? He could sell incense, you dig, run a bodega. That don't make you a millionaire. So I don't believe he's a millionaire at all. Zero. It's very easy to fake like you're a millionaire on YouTube and social media. It's very easy. Okay. And when you're a millionaire, right, why do you need the money of your subscribers? See, I'm not a millionaire. So I need your support. Let me throw my cash chat in the damn chat. And I'll take $1, I'll take 50 cents, whatever you got. It's worth something, you dig? 1 cent, 5 cents, something. But I do not believe millionaires, true millionaires who are not struggling, will have a YouTube platform and accept donations. Or need to offer you stupid offers like, you know, some type of consult, you know, help you be an alpha male, help you relationships, help you debate better. I believe these guys are fake millionaires. Okay, everybody, and I got some stuff up here I can show. Okay, I've been watching The Saint, and he's same thing with him. Like, I don't believe he's a millionaire. I think he's lying, and he's another guy who sells you packages, which is like ridiculous money. And I seen what he offers. He offers the most stupidest shit, and he offers, and the money's like $500, $1,000. I just can't see a millionaire who has different streams of income that gives them significant money, and they need your measly dollars. I just don't see that. Shannon Sharp is a millionaire. I don't see Shannon Sharp asking for donations. Even DJ Academics, he's a tether, but I don't see him asking for donations. You dig? They don't. You know, real people who make money. I don't see Gillian. I don't know, but the ones I can speak for sure is Shannon Sharp. Don't ask for no donations, no nothing. And even though DJ Academics is a tether, that doesn't mean his podcast isn't worth something. His podcast do give good information. He's just a tether, right? But he doesn't trip on donations and cash apps, things like that. So y'all got to be careful, guys. And then you got DJ Academics doesn't remind you every minute he's a millionaire. Neither does Shannon Sharp. When folks got to remind you they're a millionaire and show you a stack of money, I don't recall DJ Academics ever doing that, or Shannon Sharp ever doing that. And there's other Joe Buttons in the world, Charlemagne. These guys are millionaires, and they never be asking for cash apps and showing you a stack of money. When you see Anton Daniels and the Saint and these clowns showing you money, trying to convince you they're millionaires, like, that should be your biggest red flag. Why are you trying to convince me you're a millionaire when it's obvious, right? Aren't you a millionaire? So why are you convincing me you're a millionaire? Like, dude never got a stable setting, stable home, stable car, nothing. And unfortunately, black folks fall for it. Foreign and domestic. Black folks fall for that stuff. It's really embarrassing. But I'm giving you guys red flags right now. Stop. Like, these guys are not millionaires. They're trying to be millionaires. This is why they're selling you courses, quote unquote courses, to teach you how to be an alpha male and teach you about what's the other thing? Financial literacy, all this bullshit. Like, y'all gotta stop. I gotta stop. These guys are becoming successful because you're buying into their lies. These are modern Marcus Garveys. Okay, Umar is a fraud. He's never going to deliver your school. He's the modern Marcus Garvey. Like, this is just facts. This is facts. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about the Haitian. Matter of fact, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm so transparent. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, watch this. On the Haitian involvement in the Civil War. Okay, because he hung up. Okay, so if you can see my screen, let me make sure I can be heard. Hey, let me refresh this. I'm gonna make sure y'all liking the video. Like the video, it helps it get out there and other folks' feed, and they could come in, and if the FBA or supporter, they can come in and chop it up with y'all. If they're haters, they'll just get cooked. All right. Yeah, nah, we need more likes. I'm sorry. This ain't good. We need more likes. If you have not liked the video, now if you're a hater, we don't need your hate. That's another thing I don't do. I don't bow down to haters and tethers and trolls. I don't want tethers, trolls, and haters to like the video. I don't want them to subscribe, donate, nothing. I'm cool. I'm good. There's 43 million of us. We don't need not one of y'all. Okay? But anyway, if you're FBA or supporter, definitely like. Like is more than money, right? More than a donation, a cash out, whatever. But those who got like $1 or something to value my lives, my information, you can send that freely. It's not recommended. But anyway, okay. So it says France is not. I'm being transparent. I'm showing you the research. I'm not giving you my opinion or my assessment. It says France's military support for the American colonies, and they saw it as a chance to fight for liberty, gain military training, and prove their worth as free men of color. Okay, so they want to prove their worth to the French, as free men of color. It has nothing to do with us. Okay, the Haitian involvement. Let's sure whatever this is. So this is the name of Haiti before it was called Haiti. Okay, Saint Domingue, whatever. In 1779, nearly 800 free black and mixed race soldiers from Saint Domingue, now Haiti, formed a regiment called the Chasseurs Volontaires. So there's a bunch of volunteers. Okay, they were sent by France. Oh, you see, this is big. They were sent by France. They were not independent. This is not their own idea. This is not their own agenda. You cannot believe tethers like Kwame. They were sent by France. So how does the French send black folks to do something and it's all good? Anyway, let's keep reading. Which had joined the war to fight Britain on the side of American colonies. They're fighting to preserve American colonies. These troops fought in the siege of Savannah and Georgia, that's what he talked about, on the major battles in the southern theater of the war. This was not for FBAs. This was for American colonies. Okay? Western powers had nothing to do with us. Why did they fight? They were French colonial subjects. At the time, Haiti, then called Saint Domingue, was a French colony. France's king, and by the way, this is before 1804, whatever they fought, the revolution. France's king, Louis, whatever Roman numeral this is, backed the American Revolution to hurt Britain, and the colonies were expected to send troops. Free men of color, what is their role? Let's go. Many of the Haitian soldiers were gens de couleur, like Briss, free black or mixed race men. They fought to prove their loyalty to the French powers. They fought to prove their Western loyalty to Western powers. Okay? That's why I said to the tether earlier, they didn't fight for us. They fought for their own agenda. And it wasn't even their agenda. It was the French agenda. They fought to prove their loyalty, skill, and value to who? To France. To France. In hopes of gaining equality and social standing in the colony. So don't lie to me and FBAs and FBA supporters that these folks did something to us because it was in their heart. They did it to prove to France. They thought if we fight for freedom over there, maybe we'll gain some here. This is what I meant by they fought for their own agenda, and the tether Kwame hung up. Remember, I wrote down his talking point. I was going to cook him after Marcus Garvey with this next, but he hung up. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so they saw the revolutionary spirit. Some of the Haitian troops, especially the younger generation, were inspired by the ideas of liberty and rebellion. So this actually backfired on the French later. Okay, notably, Henry Christophe, who later became king of northern Haiti after independence, fought a teenager in this battle. Okay, let's keep going. Like I said, I'm showing you guys, this is transparency. I looked it up, ChatGPT, and we're reading it. Legacy. The Haitian soldiers did not win equal rights from France. racism and colonial oppression persisted, but their experience in America gave them combat training, revolutionary exposure, and political consciousness. Within a generation, these same ideas will help fuel the Haitian Revolution, 1791 to 1804, the only successful slave revolt in history, was created republic. You see? So, I mean, what are we doing here? Summary. Colonial obligation. Haiti was a French colony. France sent troops to help the Americans. White people who maintained, this is 1779, okay, 1804. There weren't many free blacks at that point. So they were fighting the Civil War so America can maintain slavery without a dictatorship or influenced by the British. Social and political recognition. Free men of color wanted status and rights from France. So I'm not saying this is a bad thing, because let me get my words correct. I'm not saying this was a bad thing. I'm just giving it its proper context. They were not fighting for FBAs. They were fighting for their own agenda, and they were sent by their masters to fight for the white American agenda. That's all. But this bit France in the butt caused because these Haitians had the spirit of fighting for freedom, which is a good thing. Okay, so I love my Haitian brothers. I'm not trying to downgrade them or dismiss them or minimize what they have contributed to in history, world history. I'm just saying, man, I'm not going to let a tether like Kwame lie about this historical event. All right. So social and political recognition, free men of color wanted status and rights from France, exposure to revolutionary ideals, fighting in the U.S. gave them a taste of the freedom they later fight for in Haiti. Future rebel leaders gained skills. Some, like Henry Christophe, gained valuable military experience. Okay, so I can't be more transparent than that. I showed you my research. Okay, so Slim said B1. Let me mod up also. Let me mod up Snatch. You mod you and Slim up. And I'm telling you, listen, I mod you up, man. Come back, because I'm gonna go live on some other stuff. Everything ain't gonna be rah. Some stuff gonna be we just chopping it up. You dig? All right, so yeah, but Anton Daniels, the Saint, like these guys with these fake millionaire histories, I'm just good. If you had a head of a dolphin, you would be hostile and upset too. Rest in peace to Pac. He still would have been alive if the tether did not set him up in New York. Big or small. Okay, and hell, they're trying to prove still. So I don't know how to take I need glasses. Katri Cannon, I don't know if your statement was pro FBA or anti. I don't know how to call it, my brother. So you might want to let us know if you're a supporter of your FBA yourself. So if you're FBA, you don't have a wrench, say you're FBA. If you're FBA, you don't have. If you're a supporter of FBA, you don't have a wrench, say you're a supporter. We respect y'all. Again, we love black people. First and foremost, we're not going to side with Spanish people or Chinese or white people over black people. That's not what we're doing. We would rather live with black folks than anybody else. That same goes for those folks. Japanese people would rather live with Japanese people more than anybody else. Chinese, white, so on and so forth. You dig? And we're no different. We would rather have a Wakanda place where black folks from all over across the world are all on code, loving each other and fighting against white supremacy. We would love that. You dig? So we love Haiti. We love Jamaica, the island. We love Africa. As long as y'all on code, y'all are family, we love y'all. But once y'all start doing that Myron Gaines bullshit, the love is lost, man. It's up and it's stuck. and we're not going to be forgetful. Like, I'm not ever going to forgive folks like Larry Elder, Thomas Sowell, and the Myron Gaines. You're cut off forever. There's no coming back. Okay. Matter of fact, I was planning to call in the Myron Gaines show to cook them on these topics. I still am. I got a little sidetracked. I got some other things going on with family. That's my word. I'm still going to call him Myron Gaines, and I'm going to cook him. Because when he debated Tariq Nasheed, Myron felt like he did good. He felt like he deserved a rematch. It's going to be me who call in the Myron Gaines Fresh and Fit show and cook him and bury him the same way I did Chaotic Truth. Okay? So I am FBA 100%. I was talking about Anton. Okay, I got you. Yeah, like I said, I love FBAs and I love my black people across the world. We don't have no beef with y'all. As long as y'all on code, we're cool. Peace to the host. All right, so Johnson, I got you. Yes.
Wait for Daddy.
Okay, I got you. We're gonna get off in a second. I'll just make sure I get the right people. Wrenches. This Nasheed is all inspiring. Okay. This video is disgusting. Combining through Tom Collins' fortune. Yeah. I think you're talking about. I'm gonna give you a wrench. Wealthy. I think you're talking about Anton. So I'm gonna give you a wrench. I do take wrenches when I feel like your ops. What's your name? I didn't dread Jane Goodnight. I don't know what side of the fence you're on, but make it clear. Are you FBA or FBA supporter? Make that clear. If you're not, you can say no, and you can call in tomorrow, or when you're free, and we can have this dialogue on any topic you want. Like, I am smoke, right? I'm up for all the smoke. My nickname is the Can Man. Anybody can get it. Africans, Puerto Ricans, you can, your mama can, your kid can, your descendants can, your country can. Anybody can get it. The number is for any of y'all. I don't dodge nobody. Call in and get cooked, okay? Call in and get cooked, because I don't think none of y'all know more Black American history than me. I don't think you guys know more world history than me, okay? So call in and get cooked, all right? Because one thing y'all never going to defeat me on is the FBA Adolf ideology, the American freedmen ideology, right? We are American freedmen, we're Adolfs, we're FBA, it's all interchangeable, all right, regardless who created it. And nobody would defeat me on our ideology. We deserve reparations for what we've been through. If y'all could check the beginning of the video where I responded to Anton Daniels, listen, while y'all here, Foundation of Black Americans, who are also called ADOS and American freedmen, right? We are the only people ever in this country to not get a handout, okay? When we created Black Wall Street, we created Black Wall Street when white folks were getting handouts. White folks have been failures throughout their existence in American history. I don't find joy debating Black people, okay? Whether you're a coon or a tether, I don't find joy in that. But I will find joy in debating a white person, whether they're American born or foreign. I will love to get white people on here to debate. I know they don't know more about American history than me. I know they don't. I would love to cook a white person. So let me just say this right now. White people, whether they call nativists or foreigners, right? You can be from, look, I know the terminology, and you got nativists, you got the new immigrants and old immigrants. You guys, if you have not studied the American immigration history, you don't know what that means. But you got nativists, you got old immigrants and new immigrants. I will cook all of them. The Nick Fuentes, the Ben Shapiro's. Listen. We're trying to get them over here, by the way. We're trying to get Jared Taylors and whoever else. What's the other guy? There's a bunch of these white supremacists but I would like a truthful one. I don't want a guy who's, I'm white and I say so. I would like somebody who believes they know the history of the country. Okay, somebody who could have like a real dialogue, not like Kwame. So listens to what I say and actually responds to what I say, not ignore what I say and just say I'm white and I say so. No. Listen to what I'm saying and respond to it. There is no person to ever come to this country to get more handouts than white people. I'm talking about Latinos, black foreigners, Chinese, whoever, Indians, East Indians. Nobody has been given more handouts than white people in this country. Okay? They talk about welfare. Their whole success is built on government handouts, i.e. welfare. Okay? I will cook all of them. HOLC, FHA, zoning laws, Homestead Act, 1862, the New Deal, the GI Bill, 1944, Social Security Act, 1935. I will cook every last one of them. All they got was undeserving handouts as they failed. They got these handouts because they were failing in the country they claim they built alone. They were failing. We created Black Wall Street with no government assistance, with no tax incentives. Think about that. We created Black Wall Street throughout this country without tax incentives, no business, hookups, no write-offs, nothing from the mud. Okay? So when tethers call in, they got to explain how they did the same thing, which they can't do. And by the way, you look up FBA inventions and innovations. This, without doing a deep dive, I can say this. In this country, FBAs, we have more innovations and inventions and innovations than all of Africa and the islands put together. Okay. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm slightly wrong. You dig? It's close. But a few of us got more innovations and inventions than all of Black Africans, all of Black islands put together. I want y'all to put that in your pocket. All right? So as I wind down and get off here, Dream, my boy, you got a lot of explaining. Okay, so let me just get one more chat. So I really don't know what Jegna is talking. So let me just try to catch up on his or her. Don't let the name fool you. Okay, so he's okay, FBA. Okay, I got it. I'll rent you up. FBA, I got you. You might disagree with the chat. And guess what? We're not a monolith. So don't feel bad when you disagree with other FBAs, as long as they're not too disrespectful and too like anti-FBA. If they are, just tag me. Anybody with a wrench who's clearly anti-FBA, just tag me and point them out. And I'm not going to delete them or hide them or block them. I'm just going to unwrench them, because I want to know that the wrenches are symbolic to those who are FBA or supporters. And anybody without a wrench, you'll know that they are not supporters and they're not FBA. That's why I do that. Okay, so Sequest, what are you? Sequest, are you FBA, you're a supporter, or you're against what I'm saying, what Yvette Carnell, Tone Talks, Tariq Nasheed is saying? Let it be known before I hop off. I'll let you call in. We can have a dialogue. You dig? It ain't that serious. But let me see the likes, because the likes ain't matching the viewership. I understand we got some tethers and haters and trolls and white supremacists there. They won't call in, though. They won't call in. I'll tell you that much. They will not call in. Yeah, the likes is up there. It ain't exactly where I wanted to be, but it's up there. So anyway, tomorrow, we can, who knows? We might cook on this topic a little more or something else. But everybody, man, make sure if y'all like what y'all heard today, y'all like the dialogue, I definitely invite the smoke. I don't discriminate. You see what I do? Amadis was the first time calling. I didn't know what he was. I didn't know he was anti-FBA or for FBA. I didn't care. I invited him on, and I gave him a chance to talk. He was half. He's half Caribbean, half FBA, but that means he's FBA, and he was a supporter of FBA. You see, but I don't avoid no smoke. If somebody's against FBA, ADOS ideology, American Freedom ideology, please call in. Please request the phone number. Hey, y'all don't know. All I do is go to anti-FBA, anti-ADOS channels, and I challenge all of them, and they all run. Chaotic Truth called here one night. He was respectful, but he got cooked. But he did. So y'all could go and check my my videos. You'll see Chaotic Truth. He called in. He got cooked, but he was respectful. He wasn't disrespectful. He wasn't like Kwame. All right. Okay. I think. Wait. Hold on. Let me before I leave. Let me see what's going on. Yeah. Magnus said. Carlos Magnus said he never call in. They don't. I hate that because they call in Tariq. They call in Black Authority. They call in Yvette. They call in people. Like, let's just be clear. Like Tariq, clowns. He has fun with them. Black Authority, he's selective who he allows in. And Yvette is politically correct. Not me. Not me. I'm dirty. You dig? I go low. You go low, I go lower. I'm not politically correct. I'm not shy of name calling. I'm gonna do all that. You dig? I'm gonna get low, like Lil Jon and the East Siders. I'm getting low. I'm getting lower than any tether, any white supremacist. You dig? I don't care. I'm going there. I'm nothing about me gonna be politically correct. I'm getting low. I'm gonna set a standard. You dig? On getting low. Like, nah, it ain't nobody getting lower than me. If the devil called it, I'm gonna get lower than hell. You dig? I ain't let nobody get lower than me. You disrespectful, I'm right there with you. I'm gonna meet you right there and get lower than the damn devil. I'm gonna get more disrespectful than that clown. All right, yeah, San Francisco FBAs, FBA supporters, yo, man, salute yourself. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and tune in tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's the weekend, so I'm definitely going live. You dig? I'm that nerd that's seen sinners 10 times. Might as well as make it a dozen. Okay, so Kate Brown says, why do you go low, but you're on point? Nah, I go low, bro. But listen. Bro, I'm not bragging, but I'm from the hood. You dig? The hood, from Jersey. You dig? North, that area, and other areas in Jersey. But definitely, I'm not from Newark, but I'm familiar with Newark. You dig? And I know what you got to do to survive. You dig? To get to not be picked on, to not be a lick. You dig? And sometimes you gotta let niggas know, like, hey man, it ain't that. Like, whatever you thinking about, I'm not that. Okay, so go ahead and choose somebody else, but that ain't happening here. And it ain't just me. I got support. So family, let family. The one thing about me, if it's your first time viewing me, the one thing about me is that I'm relatively known in my city. Okay, so some folks will get online and they make a new life. Like, I ain't gonna say no names, but a lot of guys get online and they become popular, but in their city, nobody know who they are, or they lying. Like in my city, I'm really known, and you could ask. You do a background check on me, people, even my ops gonna say, nah, yeah, that he's a nerd. Like he reads, he researches, he debates. That's what I'm known for, debating in my city, in barbershops. I'm known for that. Okay, I'm not a gangbanger, didn't never sold drugs, never used drugs, but I'm known for debating. I'm known for researching and being smart, but also cool. I was never like you know what I mean? I was in the trenches. I was in the hard areas, the blocks. I was there, but they respect me as a good brother. So dude said, so somebody asked a question, why leave the Nation of Islam? Let's the Nation of Islam. Now I got to say this, the positive first. I've never experienced until I embraced my FBAisms. Until now, I never experienced a brotherhood like the Nation of Islam until now. Okay, this FBA reality is equivalent to what I experienced in the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam provides a brotherhood that's like unmatched. But when you embrace your FBAism, like it's similar to the Nation of Islam brotherhood. Okay. I left because it's like more of like a religion. And I'm like Malcolm. I'm not a religious person. I'm more of an activist. That's why I left. Because I felt like it's more religious based. It's not really activist based. You might get your Nuris and Reza Islam, but it's not like that. They like far and few in the Nation of Islam. Like 99% of them are just like so religious, religious based. They're so religious, praying Allah will save us. We ain't gonna do shit for ourselves. And I'm just not that. I'm more about why you can't do it. Why you waiting on Allah? Why you just can't get up and you just feed yourself? So yeah, I'm that's why I left. It was that religious tone that was overwhelming. Less activists, a lot of religious folks. But K Brown, man, don't be afraid to call in tomorrow, my boy. I don't cut you out unless you disrespectful like Kwame. The chat, I love y'all, man. Support, and the support can be non-monetarily, just a simple like the video, subscribe. That's it. Folks who feel like they got value from my content, those folks, I'm going to say, you guys should show your value. Click the Cash App, send $1, $2, or whatever you can. I'm out of here, man. Till tomorrow. Peace.